our little winner over here. And before we introduce her, we're gonna have a little conversation about what the black hair care really, what it really means, what it entails for us. So some of my research, which was acquired from a marketing research firm, was that in 2012. Now, very specific about 2012 because what happened in 2009?
Yeah,
the recession, right?
The economy took a nosedive.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the black hair care industry had in 2012 estimated size of $684 million.
684 million.
684 million.
Holy moly, that's amazing. That makes me want to become a hairdresser.
All right, exactly. and they are projecting by 2017 $761 million.
Wow.
But the thing that's missing from those figures are that they did not include the general market brands or weaves, extensions, and wigs, and independent beauty supply stores or distributors or e-commerce. So when you bring that all together,
Right.
it is a $500 billion industry.
Wow.
That's a lot of money, right?
That's a lot of money. That's a
lot of money.
I can't even imagine counting that.
That's actually double Greece's gross domestic product.
Wow. That's phenomenal, Crystal.
Yeah. So that's $500 billion.
That's an emerging industry.
That's an emerging industry that is primarily the population or the demographic that spends the most money is the black woman.
Wow.
And she spends about $7.5 billion annually in that industry.
Oh, unbelievable.
So, and we in that industry 9 times more spent in ethnic beauty supply products than any other marketplace out there.
Wow, that is phenomenal.
So that's an entry point. That's a place that we need to really sit down and think about how we can find a bigger marketplace. We spend more money, even during the recession. They had a 1,400% increase from 2009 to 2013.
We're in the wrong industry.
Wrong industry, huh?
We're in the wrong industry, I tell you.
So that's some of the things that we're going to talk about today.
Sounds
is
good.
How do we what's that entry into that marketplace, and what do we need to do? And there's been some barriers, so we need to discuss those barriers, and we're going to do that. But so now we're going to bring up our guest, and she will start it actually because her business is a mobile app that pertains to a specific niche. Yeah, a specific niche within the that marketplace.
Oh, okay.
And so she's going to come up, and we're going to talk to her a little bit.
Excellent.
And see where we can go with what she. And so she's going to do her 30-second pitch.
Okay, good. So we'll do that right after the break. We'll bring her in after the break.
Okay.
And, that's going to be good. In the meantime, we want to put our phone numbers out there so people will know. It's 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. So entrepreneurs, go ahead, give us a call if you want to speak to our special guest and ask her the tricks and the trades that she has for this mobile app that's going to help us to get rich.
Yeah, right. So we will be right back.
We'll take a break. Thank you.
And we are back. I am Crystal Mitchell.
And this is Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. And we're back on the Business Zone. So, Crystal, before the break, you were telling us a little bit about your next guest, what she did. So you want to introduce her to
I certainly will.
The public?
So my next guest is she participated in the Los Angeles Urban League Nifty Biz Camp that we just came off of a couple weeks ago. She was one of our students, and she created a wonderful business plan, and she actually won third prize in third place. And so we're very excited. I'm very proud of her, as I was of the 2 other young ladies that were here a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
So we are very proud. So Corinne Corinne Thrash. She created a wonderful business plan, and so she's going to introduce herself and tell us a little bit what motivated her to create this, and she's going to give us her 30-second pitch and tell us all about why she chose this business.
That only goes to show, Crystal, I got to give you your props because you've been working with these kids for many years, and the service that you deliver to these kids, it's phenomenal. It's immeasurable. Because of your skills and your talents, they're able to develop these winning business plans. So I got to give you your props on that.
Well, thank you very much. And so hopefully what we'll be able to do eventually be to find investors to help these young kids actually make these businesses become real.
I like that.
And that they can, because if you can imagine if you had started your business at their age,
oh,
that would have been 9, 10,
I'd
11, 12.
I'd be rich by now.
I know, huh? But already sold that business and on your next 2, 4, 5
right.
businesses by now, right?
That's
so
right.
we're going to introduce Miss Corinne Thrash. And hi, how are you today?
I'm good, fine. How are you?
How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So did you get the rest after all that? Because it was a pretty intense camp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So did you rest last week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Corinne Thrash. I'm going into the 5th grade and I'm 10 years old.
Okay. And so you want to tell us about your business?
Sure. Do you want me to start with my 30-second?
I would.
Okay. Hi, my name is Corinne Thrash, founder and CEO of Braided, an online braiding booking company. My company is for fabulous girls just like me who love getting their hair braided. I have friends that say, I would love to get my hair braided, but I don't know where to go. I know master braiders that say, I'm always looking for new customers. My company brings the two together. With Braided, an online braiding booking company, you can find a top-rated master braider in your area and book an appointment through Braided. Braided is the best place to find your next hair braiding booking appointment. Thank you.
That is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I'm sitting here and I'm getting goosebumps going, wow, she's phenomenal. This is great.
Right. And a business that's very much needed in today's time, right? So meets the trends. She was, one of the things I asked the kids were for them to create a business that they could start today or right after the camp, and one that they actually could solve a problem that they saw in the community today.
Excellent. So that is very good. I just want to know, based on those instructions, how did you decide to choose that type of service?
Well, when I first wanted to get braids, I couldn't find anybody. So I just thought, what if I make an app and it will help other people that went through the same struggle as me find new braids.
Wow, that's amazing.
See?
That's
solve
amazing.
the problem, right?
That is
it's
amazing.
It's a solution for a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So can you see yourself when you graduate from high school, what do you want to do for? What do you want to go to school for?
I want to go to school for starting a business.
So you want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it something other than what we talked about the app? You want a specific type of business?
No, not really.
Okay.
So you want to learn about business management so you can manage a business, right?
Yes.
Which is very good because a lot of entrepreneurs, they're very good at their craft. They're good at what they do, but when it comes to managing the business, it's not there at all. So that's good that you're learning both sides of the business. You're learning the technical part and you're learning the management part too. So that's great.
That's very, very, very good.
Excellent.
So what would you like the steps to be for your app, your mobile app?
Well, what I would like the steps to be is
Is it registered already? Did you register the app at the Google store?
No, I went on GoDaddy.
Oh, you did it on GoDaddy. Oh,
so you already have a website?
So you got
starting. You're gonna create a website.
No, we created it already, and still being created, so we're
Oh,
getting
so
all.
it's still in the works.
Yeah.
Still in the
So
works.
if I were to look up your app, I wouldn't find it yet, right? Because it's not published yet.
You wouldn't find it in the App Store yet,
Okay.
and you wouldn't find it on your computer.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
we're in process mode.
Yeah,
then.
you're in process. So since you're in process, you don't want to say too much about the steps because you don't want anyone out there listening to this show go, wow, I got an idea. Now I got to go create an app. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to save some of that a little bit. But you could just tell us the concept, who does it help? Who's your target demographic? That type of thing.
Well, my target is for all ethnicities, and
That's great.
yeah.
That's
so-
great. Because now everybody's braiding their hair.
Everybody's braiding.
Doesn't matter what ethnicity it is.
Doesn't really matter right now. Everybody's braiding their hair. So let me ask this question. So we went through a 11-day camp. So what was your most memorable experience about that camp?
My most memorable experience was you had to pick the market that you wanted to target, and it was very hard for doing that. So,
Okay.
What was hard about it? Tell me.
what was hard about it is there's so many markets that people do braids, and you kind of had to choose one because like it's a little more complicated.
So what made you choose the one that you chose?
What made me choose it is we were just thinking, and we were like, oh, well, all ethnicities get braids, so why don't we just do all?
That's great.
Okay. So, at the top of the show, I talked about the industry, the black hair care industry in a whole. So there's a movement that is actually going on, and it's called the natural hair movement. So that makes the braiding part of the industry very prominent right now. At one point, braids were really popular probably about 10, 15 years ago, and then we started doing our hair with the weaves and wigs and so forth. But now that we're in our natural hair movement, we're back at braids again. And as you can see, there's so many different styles. And so that your app is absolutely perfect because I've worn braids for many, many years. And when I would leave braids, it's mainly because I could never find a braider. And so you're always constantly searching and looking for a braider. And then they weren't always the most reliable people. So you could have gotten your hair all ready to go in and get braiding. And years ago, braiding used to take 12 to 14 hours. We would actually sit in one spot for 12 to 15 hours.
I don't know how
It
you
is
guys do
tough
that.
to be a woman.
I could not do that.
So, and then others, depending on the length of the braids,
Yeah.
you could be there like 2 days. It could be a 2-day process.
Oh, man.
So
that's-
it's like a
Ooh.
bonding. It's like a girlfriend bonding time
Wow.
because you're talking about everything under the sun. So this app will be able to help us be able to find that reliable braider, right?
Yeah.
So earlier you said that the size of the market was 700 and what?
$761 million by 2017.
Wow. Take a look at this. We're looking on Small Biz Pro on our market research, and it's saying that the combined market, for hair care products, services, hair care services, $20 billion.
$20 billion.
$20 billion. So from 760 in 2017 to moving forward,
Right.
it's going to be 20 billion.
So look at that. You're going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, huh?
That's amazing.
You can take care of mom and your brother and your father, everybody, huh? The whole
That's
entire
amazing.
family.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That's fantastic. So, when you were in the camp, what skills did you learn that you think is going to help you in school for your next school year?
I learned how to keep in control of my money, and I learned that you have to pay taxes each year, and it's very hard to do that.
And where did you learn that? Where did you go where you learned that?
Oh, I went to Junior Achievement finance park.
Okay, so that was an amazing experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what did what did you think? You think it's still easy for mom to do what she does?
No.
No? Okay. It's hard to be an adult, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So were you one of the ones that said that you weren't going to get married early, weren't going to have children because all of that stuff cost too much?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So what else? What other skills did you take away from the camp?
We learned life lessons like how to prevent your business from getting sued, and like you had to have different names like after it. So yeah.
So the corporate structures, when we talked about the LLC and corporations and partnerships and sole proprietors.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, that's good. Most people don't take that away from the camp, right? Most of you don't take that away from my business plan class.
Yeah, it's,
so that's
it's amazing that she picked that up. That's great.
Anything
Did they
else?
talk about insurance?
Yeah, we did.
They did talk about insurance, huh? So you know that you gotta, once you provide that type of service, hair care service, you're putting products in people's hair, that type of thing. It's good to have good insurance because of the liability. Someone might just decide to sue you just to sue you, not because they got hurt, but they just want to sue you to see how much money they can get from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. So what was the best part of the camp?
The best part of the camp were the field trips. And one of the field trips where we got to go to a studio, and I was picked out of the top 10 students to do my presentation, and it be recorded to be sent to Nifty.
Okay. Did you get to do any of the other? Did you work the camera?
Yeah, and I got to work the
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was.
Good.
Yeah, that was fun, huh? So as we talked about last week, the production studio they learned every aspect of what it would take to put together a show.
That's great.
On television.
That is
and so
great.
we actually filmed a show, and it was all in regards to the camp. So she did her 30-second pitch on camera. Then she had an opportunity to be behind the scenes, and so that was kind of cool. Anything else was cool about the camp?
What was cool about the camp was that they.
So when we went downtown, did you like that?
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
So can you want to tell us about the downtown trip? What did we go there for?
Because on that Saturday we had a sale day, and we had to buy stuff, and we had to sell it on sale day to make a profit. And Miss Rhonda, she gave us $25, and we had to pay her back the $25 from what you had sold at the sale day.
And what did you sell?
I sold custom-made sunglasses.
Okay. Did you make a profit?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much did you sell? What was your revenue?
My revenue at the end was $115.
Wow,
Okay.
that's great.
Was that after your expenses?
No, after my expenses, it was $95.
Okay, not bad.
That's more than 400% profit. That's great.
Did you enjoy that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She was so cute in her sunglasses, and they had little roses on them, and headbands too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, headbands as well. And was something else you sold?
I sold some bracelets and a phone case.
Okay, yeah.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
and you sold out. You guys sold out before the end of the day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. When I
great.
got over there, they started with I think they had about 10 pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
And then when I got over there, there's like 2 left.
Wow. It's amazing. That makes you want to sell some more, right? You want to sell any type of product just to get familiar with the process, right?
Yeah.
That is great.
So did you have to do anything special during sale day to get the customers to come to you?
Yes, we had to promote ourselves by going live on Facebook. We had to scream out, "Come buy your sunglasses, come buy your sunglasses." And yeah, we had to advertise a lot.
Okay, so that's what you have to do in business. You have to advertise, you have to attract the customer, and encourage them to come over to buy to you. And there was a lot of competition, so there were 29 other businesses right there in the same space with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So what was the hardest part of the camp?
The hardest part of the camp were the presentations.
Okay. Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did really well, though, because
Yeah.
she presented in the same room that I was taking pictures of, actually
That's
a video
good.
I did of her.
That's good.
That was the hardest part?
Yeah.
Were you comfortable with public speaking?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were good with that. It was just remembering. And they had such a short period of time. I have to take my hat off to these kids,
Yeah.
Young entrepreneurs, because they, we actually really spent 7 days putting together the business plan.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Because we had field trips, we went to Junior Achievement, then we went to the shopping trip downtown,
Yeah.
which is the wholesale trip,
Yeah.
and then we did the production, the film production. So we really only had about 6.5 days, and I was pushing hard, but they rose to the occasion, and they actually have a full business plan.
That's great.
Did you like the numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like when we were creating and how you got to your numbers? That's good. So if you were going to tell someone to come to the camp next year, what would you tell them and what would they learn from it?
I would tell them if you really want to start a business and you want to be rich when you get older, you should go to this camp and they will help you start a business plan. They will help you almost do anything that has to do with the business.
Okay. So you think when you go to school this year, did you start school already?
No.
Okay, so you will already have a jump on some of your friends, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and math is going to be a little bit different. So everything you do in school now is going to be a little bit different because you're going to look at it as to, I'm learning this because it could be beneficial one day when I'm running my own business. So it's going to change. Your life has changed.
Yeah.
Now you're a full-fledged entrepreneur.
And
Okay.
welcome to the Entrepreneur Club. We love having new members in our club, don't we, Gilbert?
Oh, yes. It's very challenging, but it's rewarding.
Right. So
So-
one day, maybe I'll be doing your books. Gilbert will be using his program
Yeah.
and getting you business ready and helping you. I have some friends that do marketing. We can promote your business.
Yeah.
And then you can become part of that $20 billion
$20
industry.
billion industry. And as a matter of fact, just like I did for your other two winners, I'm going to offer this to you too. My program called Small Biz Pro. Small Biz Pro is a business management, procurement, and market research assistant system that help small businesses and entrepreneurs become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. So with this system, all you need to do is to go to the website and log in to the website. You're going to register. So did you already create a business for yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, so you registered it and everything.
Mhm.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at that.
That's amazing. So you've got a fictitious business name and all of those things, right?
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So that makes it even better because with this system, you get to upload all your important business documents so you can access them in 10 seconds or less from anywhere in the world using your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing. So if someone asks you for your business license, you just log in, bam, there's your business license. They ask you for your insurance, bam, it's right there. Ask you for your business plan, bam, it's right there, right at your fingertips. That's phenomenal. So I'm going to give this to you. And what I want you to do when you go to the site and you register, just send me an email with your name and said, hey, I was on the show and I'm the third place winner from the Nifty program. And I'll extend your membership for life. You'll get lifetime membership.
Oh, thank you.
Okay? So here you go.
So that's your
That's
very
for you.
first business tool
Yes.
that you'll be able to use to help grow your business. So let's do one more shout out. Tell everybody that look out in the future for the name of your business.
Look out for the future of Braided. The website is going to be www.braided.biz.
Okay.
I like the name of it.
Isn't that pretty
Great.
cool?
It's very easy, very simple, easy to remember.
Yeah. And so we're going to be looking forward. So, always you can reach back to me as a mentor to help you moving forward, Mr. Buchanan over here, he'll.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm
What you
surprised that name was not taken yet.
I know, huh?
Braided.
You're amazed at how many
Yeah.
things that are ethnically inclined that are not already taken.
Braided. That sounds so easy. Like anyone would want to register it. That's amazing.
I know. So she had a great name.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing more about your businesses. Soon your mom is going to be on the show because she's got some fantastic stuff for the business community. So you're pretty lucky. You know, a lot of the kids that were in our program, not all of them, but quite a few of them had parents that were in this space, in the entrepreneurial space. So when I grew up, that's why I'm an entrepreneur, is because I was exposed to it at a very early age. So those children that are with have parents that are in the entrepreneurial space, they're very, very blessed and very lucky, because you're going to be taught how to, just by watching your parents, just how they do their business. You'll acquire some skill sets and experience just by doing that, whereas a lot of people don't have that opportunity.
How to do
So
it the right
we
way.
wish you the best of luck, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for having me on your show.
So
Okay.
we'll go ahead and we'll take a break right now. And for those of you who are listening, you can give us a call here. You can talk to us about this program and talk to us about what you just heard from our young entrepreneur who has a phenomenal business called Braided. So our phone number is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. We'll take a break.
Okay, we'll see you shortly.
Are overdue, and this is a message that the ruler Rick threw, and it's true.
Welcome back to the Business Zone. This is Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic, along with...
Crystal Mitchell.
That's right, and that's how we do it here on the Business Zone. Our phone number is 323-293-3375, 323-293-3375.
They're tongue-tied today,
I
aren't
know,
you?
I know.
Well, while we're waiting for our next guest to come, let's go back to, I think she's on her way in a few minutes. Let's go back to this industry.
Yes, yes.
So I was, it's interesting that this was the topic this week, because there's two new businesses that started that were launched this week. And one of them is a men's shave and barber lounge, and it's on Centinela and Hyatt Place, called the Man Shave. And then the other one was, and this is an area that I think that we can find entry into, was a beauty supply store that is now black owned.
Really?
And yes, and
Wow.
it's on Century Boulevard, and right there where, for those of you that live in Inglewood, is in Inglewood, over there by by Costco.
Right,
and
right,
it
right.
was a business that was previously owned by a Korean business owner, and this individual went in and bought it. So that's significant, because we have been, even though we are the ones, or the African Americans are the ones that spend the most money, as I said earlier, in this industry. We black women spend about $7.5 billion a year annually. We have not been allowed in the industry.
Wow, that's atrocious.
That's atrocious,
That is
right?
atrocious.
That's atrocious. So
Yes.
we have been blocked, purposely blocked.
Wow.
From that industry. And so when I did my research, one of the things I found was that the black hair care industry market share is owned, 60% of that marketplace is owned by Koreans.
Wow. That's amazing.
And not to say that that's that anything wrong with that, but that is a problem when it is prominent in our communities.
Right.
Because one of the things we need is to have our dollars recirculated back
Right.
into our
Right.
into our community. So when we look at that on a broader spectrum, if $7.5 billion is actually spent in that industry, imagine what that would do for the African American community.
Amazing.
That would change. That would be game changers
for
for
sure,
us,
for
right?
sure.
We would have all our businesses would be able to be affected by that influence of wealth that was being created, especially since $200 million are spent annually. That's how much, an estimate, that the 8,500 Korean-owned beauty supply stores are representing in the U.S.
Wow.
So more than 70% of their customers are African American.
So we need to empower those entrepreneurs so they can determine their own destiny.
So they can determine their own destiny.
Oh, yes.
And so when I did my research, a couple of the things is what I found was that the business supply or the beauty supply revenues represent about $15 million. And 96% of that are revenues coming from the Black community.
Wow.
So we need to be in that community.
Oh,
we need to be
yeah.
in that space.
Got to be at the table.
You got to be at the table. So there's a young man that I met. I was at a conference in June, and I met this guy who was one of the speakers. And what he had indicated was that he now currently owns, well, at that time, it was in June. So he, as of that week, I believe, 91 beauty supply stores.
Wow.
So what he did was, during the recession, some of the things that were going on, some of the background, I personally believe, of the natural hair movement was that in 2009, we really didn't have the discretionary income to spend that kind of money on getting our hair, doing our weaves and so forth and so on. So we kind of went to a natural place, and then we realized we kind of liked that natural space because the atmosphere today is that we as a people need to take control over our destiny and our wealth base and have more businesses and create more businesses within our own community so we can change our current political status and our current economic status. So the Black Hair Movement was a part of that. So this guy, his name is he's a Professor Devin Robinson, and he's the individual, and he's out of Atlanta. So Atlanta is a special place for the Black business entrepreneur because 85% of their population are very successful entrepreneurs, and they made that was a strategic plan in I believe in the 80s where they set up loaning of vehicles and training centers, technical training centers, so that they could educate their individuals on becoming entrepreneurs and how to run businesses. So that kind of changed the game in Atlanta. And so he was one of those, and he felt that kind of money being created in our communities off for us was actually a crime.
Wow.
He felt that was a crime, that someone could come into our communities and be able to walk away with $200 million and leave us with nothing.
Wow. And then they can determine to do whatever they want to do with that funds.
And a lot of the times that money is not brought back into our communities. They don't even buy sodas in our community. They bring everything in. It's like camping. They camp in, camp out.
That is phenomenal.
So isn't that some phenomenal stuff? So he made an effort at the time, and I was being generous. I was saying, when we talk about in our communities, talking about boycotting various organizations and industries, we're talking about some stores and some businesses that are very pro African American, and they are hiring our people and our students, and they have our product lines in their store. So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? Maybe we do need to be more strategic, and we have to be a little bit more blatant about what we do if we really want to change what's going on in our communities.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
So Professor Robinson, actually, they boycotted for 1 week.
Wow. What was the outcome of that?
50 stores.
Wow. Guess we got to start boycotting more often.
And I was thinking a whole month. It was 1 week in Atlanta.
Wow, that's amazing.
But what he did do, it wasn't just boycott and just throw anybody into the business. He actually has a beauty supply institute. So he's doing what we're talking about doing, educating the beauty specialists, professionals, the hairstylists and the barbers, and giving them all the business acronym that they need in order to run a successful business.
That is phenomenal.
And then they could have their salons in the back of the store. And now when you come into the beauty supply store, then you can ask a person, is this going to work for my hair? If this is going to do this, and is this the best product for my hair, or is this the best product when it comes to hair for my hair? And now they can get answers from professionals that are actually working in that profession.
And you know that there's a lot of entrepreneurs right now in that space that they're doing a lot of different types of things just so they can stay competitive.
And here was something sad. The other day I was talking to one of my other business partners and my girlfriend actually, and we have some friends that are hairstylists. And she was saying her friend was telling her, whom she's known for a very long time, she was going, wow, I'm working. She has one job at the airport, and she goes, and I'm working there, but I really need to make some more money. And so she's like, but you're in hair care. You actually taught it. What are you talking about? Yeah. She goes, yeah, but maybe I may start working for Uber. Excuse me? So they don't even feel that they can make money in an industry that's worth $20 billion.
The value of her business.
Right. No. So I think so that's an industry that we really need to look at helping and growing our hairstylists and our barbers who have been in the business for 15, 20 years, how to get to that next level. What are the new opportunities that are out there? So when I did some research, I found that we, with the natural hair movement, when our next guest comes on, she will talk about that. It has opened a whole window of opportunities that is just waiting for us to step into. And it's very critical that we start developing those individuals, those female and the male entrepreneurs, to approach this industry with a different mindset. So currently, in the last, since 2009, since the recession, there have been over 34 new Black-owned cosmetic distributors, products and care, personal care and hair care, and lipstick and hair, from everything, from skincare. So those are out there. So that's still an entry place, is creating product and manufacturing that product. And the United States need manufacturing companies. Because now you can hire people on a bigger scale, right? We, in addition to just doing hair, being a stylist, you can actually create styling tools and applications that can, that's big, huge in this industry. Supply chain management and logistics. Those are all what we call trendable type of businesses, right? And when we think of supply chain, we think maybe groceries